In this sterile sanctuary of time, the automated dance of precision is overseen by the steady hand of a master. Did you know that the most expensive Rolex ever sold was priced on par with a Picasso masterpiece? Because it was crafted with the meticulous care of a true artisan? It's this extraordinary level of craftsmanship that has elevated Rolex beyond the realm of timekeeping, turning each watch into a work of art worth more than an entire collection of supercars. From the sapphire crystal to the tiniest gear, every detail is finished with uncompromising precision. As if each part were the final brushstroke on a masterpiece. In this video, we'll step inside that world for the very first time, where every Rolex isn't simply a finished product, but a carefully guarded secret. The brand maintains an uncompromising commitment to craftsmanship, overseeing every aspect of production. More than a century later, Rolex is no longer just a watch. It has become a global icon of success, prestige, and enduring legacy. More than a century later, Rolex is no longer just a watch. It has become a global icon of success, prestige, and enduring legacy. Tight prestige and enduring legacy. Despite producing nearly 1 million timepieces each year, the brand maintains an uncompromising commitment to craftsmanship, overseeing every aspect of production. From casting its own gold alloys to operating in-house diamond research labs. This deliberate exclusivity, from casting its own gold alloys to operating in-house diamond research labs. This deliberate exclusivity. Before it ever graces a wrist, every Rolex begins as a silent sketch on paper, where not only time, but light, perspective, and tactile sensation are all carefully considered. Designers don't simply draw shapes, they imagine how cold metal feels gliding across a fingertip, how the case curves under natural light, and how the dial catches reflections with a subtle twist of the wrist. From these sketches, each detail is transformed into a digital model, with precision measured in thousandths of a millimeter. Prototypes are 3D printed, worn, evaluated, refined, all for one purpose: to ensure the watch fits so seamlessly, it feels like it disappears on the wrist. A Rolex design is only approved if it meets 3 uncompromising criteria: legibility under all lighting conditions, ease of use even with gloves or underwater, and most crucially, a visual identity that cannot be mistaken. That's why with just a passing glance you can recognize a Rolex, even if it was crafted decades ago. To build a watch that is both resilient and precise, Rolex begins with the most essential foundation: the material. They don't buy it, they forge it from the very first grain of metal in their own proprietary foundries. Oyster steel, their ultra-durable stainless steel alloy, is treated at extreme temperatures to maintain its brilliance over time. Everose gold, an exclusive rose gold alloy, is engineered to retain its warm hue even after decades. This in-house control over materials allows Rolex to manage quality down to the atomic level. But it also means guarding secret formulas, a factor that drives their production costs far above those of other brands. From those meticulously refined alloys, solid blocks of metal begin their transformation into the watch case, the shell that will protect the intricate mechanism within. At Rolex, case making isn't just about shaping a protective layer.
It's about crafting an armor that is both robust and refined, embodying the very essence of the brand. Each block is machined with ultra-high precision,
then polished, brushed, and inspected down to the finest detail. From the curve of the lugs to the way light dances across the bezel. The threaded interface between the caseback, middle case, and crown is engineered according to Rolex's proprietary Oyster standard, ensuring water resistance to hundreds of meters while maintaining effortless operation. For Rolex, the case isn't merely a safeguard. It's a symbol of durability, engineering, and near-perfect craftsmanship. And if you look closely, you'll notice a laser-engraved Rolex inscription circling the inner rim of the crystal, along with a microscopic serial number, a discrete layer of authentication, found only on genuine pieces, visible only to those who know where to look. Even the watch crystal, a component that may seem simple, is the result of tightly controlled technological achievement, Rather than using mineral or acrylic glass, Rolex chooses synthetic sapphire, a material second only to diamond in hardness. The process begins by growing sapphire blocks in furnaces kept at a stable 2000 degrees Celsius, a method that takes weeks to yield crystals of sufficient clarity. These are then cut with diamond-tipped saws and undergo multi-stage grinding with precision measured in hundredths of a millimeter. Every crystal is tested for optical refraction, edge finished with micron-level polishing to prevent tactile discomfort, and finally coated with an anti-reflective layer on the underside. All to ensure optimal legibility in any lighting condition, even deep underwater.
Inside the Rolex factory, the journey continues with one of the most closely guarded processes:
the crafting of mechanical components. Not every part is made entirely in-house, but the most critical ones,
like gears, axles, mainsprings, and escape wheels, are all designed and manufactured by Rolex. These components are precision machined, from steel, brass, or high-grade alloys, using CNC lathes accurate to thousandths of a millimeter. Yet the machines are only tools.
The final touch always belongs to human hands. A team of technicians works under microscopes, inspecting and adjusting
each gear and jewel bearing to ensure flawless interaction without unnecessary friction. The escapement. The very heart that gives rise to that familiar tick-tock is assembled and tuned entirely by hand. Powered by a coiled hairspring, allowing the escape wheel to release one tooth at a time. That gentle sound is more than just the beat of time. It's a testament to precision guided by the human touch. No movement is perfect on its first try. Each is tested, regulated, and run through extreme conditions, so that once completed, it's no longer just a timekeeping mechanism, but a meticulously tuned,
enduring rhythm. Once every component has reached absolute perfection, the assembly process begins.
Not in a bustling production line, but in rooms so silent they resemble sanctuaries. Here,
each movement is carefully hand-assembled by seasoned watchmakers under neutral lighting and tightly controlled humidity,
to prevent even the finest dust from settling on a single pivot. Every step is performed under a microscope, placing each gear into position, mounting the bridges, securing jewel bearings, adjusting the mainspring, and fitting the escapement. There is no margin for error. Even a misalignment as fine as a human hair could disrupt the entire mechanism. Once the movement is fully assembled, the watchmaker winds it for the very first time, observing the oscillation of the balance wheel and the rate of energy release.
At that moment, each soft tick-tock becomes a heartbeat reborn.
But assembly marks only half the journey. To meet COSC standards, every Rolex movement undergoes several days of...
Those that fail, even if off by just a few seconds per day, are either discarded or meticulously adjusted from scratch.
This relentless pursuit of accuracy ensures that every Rolex movement not only performs flawlessly, but carries...
Acknowledging that the face of the watch is its most expressive feature, we begin the meticulous process of dial and bracelet manufacturing.
Crafting the dial. For Rolex, this isn't merely a functional surface, it's the identity that encapsulates the soul of the entire design. Each dial begins as a solid brass disc, coated with a base layer through electrostatic spraying or meticulous hand lacquering. To create the brand's signature interplay of light, the surface is treated with sunray brushing or concentric circular graining. Minute markers, logos, and inscriptions, though seemingly minute, are printed or engraved in sterile rooms with surgical precision to prevent even the slightest flaw. Those seemingly minute are printed or engraved in sterile rooms with surgical precision to prevent even the slightest flaw.
Our markers and the signature crown are forged separately from ultrafine gold or platinum,
then carefully hand-applied under a microscope. In diamond set models, each gem is individually chosen and mounted by hand, according to Rolex's strict criteria for cut and brilliance. Finally, the hands, whether heat-blued, mirror-polished, or coated in proprietary,
are fitted using micro-mechanical tools that ensure flawless alignment without contact or resistance.
When you look at the dial, you're not just reading the time, you're seeing the culmination of hundreds of unseen, meticulous actions layered beneath sapphire crystal.
And here's a detail few ever notice. Beneath that crystal lies a microscopic Rolex crown, only visible when the watch is tilted at a perfect angle. Counterfeits rarely replicate it. But once you spot it, you'll know you're looking at something truly authentic. Beneath the shimmering dial lies the bracelet, the final link between the timekeeping mechanism and the wearer's wrist. Depending on the model, Rolex bracelets are crafted from oyster steel, solid gold, or pure platinum, then finished with a combination of polished and brushed textures to create a signature play of light.
Each link is assembled by hand and tested for both strength and flexibility, ensuring it conforms comfortably without pinching or stiffness, even after prolonged wear.
The connection between the case and bracelet is discreetly integrated, designed to appear seamless while remaining easy to detach when needed. For high-end sports models, Rolex developed the Oyster Flex strap, a flexible elastomer exterior wrapped around a metal blade core,
combining the comfort of rubber with the durability and elegance of a metal bracelet. As for the clasp, though small,
it represents one of the most sophisticated elements of the bracelet design. Rolex patented Oyster Lock mechanism features a concealed release system, allowing the wearer to open and secure the watch single-handedly, without compromising security. Each bracelet is visually inspected by a trained craftsman, then subjected to robotic simulations that mimic hundreds of thousands of wrist movements.
A final assurance that every link will perform smoothly year after year. Under the soft light of the final inspection room.
Under the soft light of the final inspection room, each Rolex reaches its ultimate stage, finishing and full assembly.
This is the moment when all separate components, the movement, dial, hands, case, crystal, and bracelet, are brought together into a single, unified creation. There's no room here for automation. Instead, skilled technicians assemble each part by hand, following a meticulously defined sequence. Even the intrusion of a single dust particle between the dial and the crystal means the watch must be disassembled and reassembled from scratch. Once fully assembled, each timepiece undergoes a series of rigorous final tests. Water resistance in pressurized chambers, timing accuracy through oscillation sensors, and shock resistance under simulated impacts. Certain specialized models are even tested in environments, replicating deep-sea pressure or high magnetic fields. Every result is logged, verified, and archived, a complete record, to ensure that when a Rolex leaves the factory, it is not merely a product, but a legacy-backed promise of quality, durability, and prestige. After passing every inspection, the Rolex undergoes a final cleaning before being placed onto a velvet cushion. Inside its signature green box. The box itself is crafted from premium materials, featuring sturdy metal hinges and a soft interior lining, designed to prevent even the slightest scratch. Before sealing it, staff verify one last detail, matching the watch's serial number with the code on its card and packaging, the final step in a months-long journey of precision and craftsmanship. Each box also carries a unique tracking code, ensuring traceability from the factory floor to the customer's hands. For Rolex, even the packaging reflects the same level of care, accuracy, and prestige that has defined the brand for generations. After all the closed-loop processes, strict quality controls, and an almost obsessive attention to detail, a Rolex feels less like a watch that races against time, and more like one that was built to journey alongside it. But Rolex isn't the only name at the summit. If there's a worthy rival in both technical mastery and legacy, it's Omega, a brand with a distinct spirit, equally compelling in its own right. While Rolex operates like a secretive fortress, Omega is far more open. At its state-of-the-art facility in Biel, Switzerland, Omega timepieces are assembled on modern lines where robots assist in testing, for everything from precision to magnetic resistance, a signature strength of the brand. Each master chronometer movement must pass 8 stringent tests.
Certified by METAS, the Swiss Federal Institute of Metrology, from operating within powerful magnetic fields
to maintaining accuracy across varying power reserves. If Rolex is the art of silence and endurance, Omega is an ongoing dialogue between innovation and time.
two very different philosophies, both reaching the pinnacle.
Few people know that Rolex doesn't just build timekeeping machines.
It quietly supports those racing against time to save the world. Since 1976, through the Rolex Awards for Enterprise, the brand has backed hundreds of little-known individuals carrying out extraordinary projects. From providing clean water to poor communities, to teaching blind children to read using sound, to restoring dying coral reefs, these changemakers come from remote places far from the spotlight, and Rolex asks for no publicity, no logos on their work. Because for Rolex, measuring time has never been just about ticking seconds, but about silently measuring the future of humanity. From a raw block of metal to the smooth movement on your wrist, every Rolex is the result of thousands of hours of meticulous craftsmanship, where even the smallest component must reach absolute perfection. Each gear, dial, case, and bracelet link is hand-finished, inspected under a microscope, and tested under extreme conditions. If the journey behind a Rolex makes you appreciate each passing second a little more, leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe so you won't miss our next videos.